Hello everyone, welcome to Oregon Springs. I am Farmer Min. We made it. We got up here from Woodshire. Got up here late last night, and I've been doing some work around the farm, but now it's time to really get started. Yeah, we're here. The trailer from Woodshire is parked over there, and the tractor, the Massey Ferguson that we brought with us, is parked right here. Word to remember, do not pull a trailer with this pickup. It is absolute junk. I think I should have bought a Ram, perhaps, but yeah, that did not work out real well. But here we are in Woodshire. This is the farm that I was interested in, the one that I liked the most that when we looked at them. So this is our farm that we have purchased. So let's go onto the map and I will show you. We are right down here. Right down here. Yes, here's our farm, our new farm. When you start this map, of course, you all know that you start up with this farm up here, and you start with 1, 3, 4, and 15. Well, we are not doing that. We are going to pretend that we don't own any of that. We own this farm here, down here, and we have 3 fields, 35, 36, and 24. So that is our start. I will point out, just for my purposes on my cheat sheet here, I have field prices that will be for these fields. 3 and 4 will be 1.2 million. Field 1 will be 550,000, and field 15 will be 410,000. So if I decide to buy any of those fields, I will deduct that off my balance. And the farms, the sheep farm, the cow farm, the pig farm up here in the corner, and the chicken farm all have prices on them as well. I have set 400,000 for the cow and the pigs, and 150,000 for the chicken and the sheep. So that's how I like to play it. You know, I just don't like to be able to come in here and have a bunch of stuff for free. So if I want to get animals, I will have to buy the farm and then start from there. So yeah, so that's kind of how it starts off. Here's our farm down here. We have 3 fields. They are all in harvesting state. The one field up here that shows up is 5. That is the one field on this map that you can do missions. Doesn't bother me. I don't do missions anyways. I never have liked the concept, so I don't do it. So, oh well, but to each their own. Okay, we are on seasons. We are on 9-day seasons at 5 times speed is what we have. The other thing that I have done is I have turned off periodic plowing. I have a real problem with it. These plows are deep furrow plows, mower plows, and that's not common practice. Even in the UK, they are going to a no-till system. In the US, you see a lot more no-till or limited till. And, you know, in my neck of the woods, in the fall, we use a chisel plow. Well, a chisel plow kind of reminds me of the in-game one, this horse. Kind of what I would think of as a chisel plow in my neck of the woods. So we would do that in the fall, followed by like a super weeder or a cultivator. I like this one here, the Bednar. It reminds me of one that we actually use. One built by Summers Manufacturing, which is in our neck of the woods. They make a lot of tillage equipment, discs and harrows and chisel plows and cultivators and what have you, harrow packers and all kinds of good stuff. So that's kind of what I have. I have it turned off. Yes, like it or don't like it, but on this map I'm not going to do it. On Oakfield Farm I still have it on, and I have been plowing there. But in here I'm not going to do it. Yeah, so that's all we own. We own the farm, 3 fields, the Massey Ferguson tractor that we brought from Woodshire, the pickup that has absolutely no power, and the trailer sitting over there. I did start off with 1.5 million, kind of what I got from what I had left at Woodshire, plus the equipment that I sold, and some other things in the farm narrative kind of thing. So I started off with 1.5 million. That is not a lot of money. I mean, when you think about it, I just spent, what did I just spend, 692,000, something like that, within 35 seconds. So when you look at the field prices the way they are, equipment prices, 1.5 does not go very far at all. So that's what I started off with. So let's see, what else should be said. The other thing is the money in the balance. Might fluctuate, give or take $1,000 every night, because I have to adjust the price as required, just for the kind of the gameplay, the narrative's sake. And you'll see when I get to the store, because I'm certainly not paying the vehicle maintenance cost every night at midnight, and you'll see what I mean when we get there. So that's kind of it. So look at the map. We'll head up to the store here in a little bit and pick up the 2 things that we bought. But yeah, we have 3 fields. We got to get going with fertilizing and cultivating them. If you look at the seasons menu, everything's still too cold, of course. Doesn't mean we can't plant them, but there's still temperatures are still too cold. So we'll get started. Let's head up to the store. Hope everybody has an opinion on equipment, but this is an Oregon map, U.S.-based map. I am going to try to stick with U.S.-based equipment. Now, I know we don't have a lot in the game, and I really wish we did. Like if you talk about planters and seeders, for example, air drills, John Deere is the most common one, especially in my neck of the woods. We don't have that. We don't have, trying to think, they're like case, even case seeders and drills. We don't have that. Kinsey's another one. Summers, Bauer-built, bunch of different ones that you'll see we don't have in this game. So yes, there has to be some kind of leeway there regarding the equipment we can use in this game. So we'll just have to go with it as we can. But yeah, I'm sorry, I got kind of late. By the time I got over here and got everything set up, it's getting kind of late in the evening. But we'll get started, and then we'll probably skip till the morning. Once we get going here, I'd like to be able to do 1 day per episode. It'll be kind of fun, I think. But I'm going to keep it at 5 times. I thought maybe about doing 15 times, but I thought maybe that would just be getting a little bit too rushed. So, yeah, we'll go with it. And then we also got to think about how are we going to generate income. Obvious 2 choices are logging and silage. Those prices are kind of, what we would expect. Average. They're certainly not Lawfolds prices or Drummond Farm prices. But yeah. Here we are going to the dealership. Now, a lot of things changed. I had the strangest thing happen to me. When I got done with the Woodshire video, I came back in here to get on this map, and every one of my mods, every map was erased off my my son's PS4 Pro. So I don't know how that happened. It went all the way down to 0. I had nothing on there. So I had to go through and put in every single mod that I was using and double check. So a lot of this stuff has changed from the last time we were here. There have been some adjustments on what have you. But I like this little thing to come into a store and have like an actual dealership set up, and the equipment that I plan on buying, that I want to buy, is already here. I just have to go in and change the amount, which I did. So now let's talk about tractors. I like the Case Quad Track. I really do. It is more spendy. So I went with the New Holland 4-wheel drive. Every farm this size has got to have a 4-wheel drive. It was either this or the Challenger, I think, but just because that this dealership kind of looks like a Case New Holland, we'll go with the New Holland. Love it. I also went with the New Holland T6. It does have the front attachment for a loader. This is 160 horsepower, I believe. And the Fertilizer Spreader, the reason I went with this one, it's a new one out. I like the look of it. I know it's narrow, it's only 12 meters wide, but we can live with it. It's fertilizing spreading. It's not like you're plowing. And it's cheap, 10 grand. So we can start off with that. We'll get bigger as time goes on, but we're just going to start with that. And this thing I absolutely love, based on the fact that for our spring work, this reminds me of a Summers super weeder that we use that unfolds when you back up and folds when you pull away. Has these S-tines in it, like a little cultivator S-tine, real shallow. What you're doing is you're just preparing the seabed. So I'm going to go with this for all spring tillage. So that's where we do stand. So that's what we got. 2 tractors and 2 pieces of implement. We will have to go into seeders. And I am going to kind of set this up as a sugar beet, soybean, wheat field and do those 3 crops in a rotation. So when I'm thinking of those 3 crops, this is the seeder that comes to mind, the Great Plains, which is very reminiscent of a lot of the John Deere row crop seeders that you see, in my neck of the woods and all over the United States. So we'll just pretend there's a John Deere stickers, and then in my neck of the woods there would be a Bauer built add-on sticker there. Yeah, I really wish this game could implement the liquid fertilization to the tractor and the seeder, because this would, be able to put down liquid fertilizer as well. Because this seeder, the downfall is it doesn't have a fertilizer option. So, you have to go over it twice. But then we'll get a sprayer, and, like sugar beets, for example, we'd be spraying fungicide 2, 3, 4 times a year. We'd be spraying insecticides probably. We'd be spraying herbicides. So, we do a lot more spraying than this 3 times a year. So we'll go with that. Ropa, they're out here because I hopefully can get to the Ropas on this map. I'm excited about that. Got some animal stuff over there that eventually we'll get to. I do have the New Holland payloader just because of the New Holland case theme. So maybe we'll get into that, as well as the telehandler. Some other tillage options that we will look to when we go into the fall work. What else we got? Oh yeah, we call them grain carts, auger wagons. I love them things. We will have to get into that as well. Combines, of course, the New Holland and the Case combines. And we got some trucks over here. One thing I do have a problem with when you come to, especially in the U.S., I mean, I know like places like Australia is much different, but is our weight limit. For the most part, you're able to get about 80,000 gross vehicle weight. That'd be pounds between the trailer and the truck. Now, in game, this trailer has, I think, a capacity of 59,000 liters. Well, that would be extremely illegal. I mean, I couldn't imagine what the fine would be, because when you figure about it, we're probably looking at about 32,000 liter would be about what our weight limit would be, which is roughly about 900 to 1,000 bushels. So those big ones, those big 70,000 liter, I mean, that's makes no sense. I mean, it's impossible. So I'm gonna try to stick with a lot of the realism to this thing, and as much as you can. You have to take some liberties when you do this, but we'll just kind of go with it. Yeah. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to hop into the T6. I'm interested to go to the farm and see if we have those refill points actually work, because if they don't, then I'm going to add them in. So I'm going to hop in here, and we will head back to the farm and see if I can fill this thing up there. I know you can at the farm that the map originally spawns you in. There are refill points. I'm not so sure about that one. So I'll head down there, and I think I will see you in just a little bit. Okay, so these 2 tanks here, I am able to refill. They look like liquid fertilizer tanks, not necessarily granular, like a nitrogen-based urea kind of thing. But we'll just go with it. It's easier than having them have to put them in. So yeah, I was thinking, I wish this game had what we would call a Terrigator. Big 3-wheel piece of machinery that spreads fertilizers. I wish they had that. That would be kind of cool. Maybe one of those things that can be added down the road. But in my neck of the woods in the springtime, that's the vast majority of how fertilizer is spread. And then, of course, let me shut the door here. And then, of course, it would also be spread with like okay, for example, sugar beets. I want to do sugar beets. I want to make this a sugar beet farm here because it fits in well with Oregon, being they grow sugar beets and they are the producer of sugar beet seed. Lights automatically come on. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, like sugar beets. Where you would spread the field, and then the planter would also put down liquid nitrogen with it, like I was just talking about. But yeah, I think we'll go up here to 24, and we'll spread that one first, and then Gotta hire a helping hand. I'm gonna need a helping hand. So I gotta hire a young man or woman. Perhaps maybe we should hire a woman. I think women make fine farmers. I've known many of them, and they work probably harder than men do. So maybe we can find ourselves a woman farm girl. Use our lights, why not? We should probably have our beacons on. If you got beacons, use them. I'm a big fan of beacons. I like beacons. Yep. I worked with a guy, hated beacons. Just could not stand them. Every time he got into tractor, combine, whatever, never turned them on. Just couldn't stand them. I don't know why, but maybe it's because you do hear this little, pinging sound in the cab with it on. Maybe that's what annoyed him, but I don't know. Is this 24 right here? Yep, 24 is right here. Perfect. Let's see, this only has 12 meters, so it's already been kind of cultivated, hasn't it? We're going to go with, well, let's see. Yeah, we'll just have to go with our little thing that we have to do our spring field work. Yeah, we'll just carry on here. We are working on Oregon Springs, the first of many. I suppose it's too late to find a farmer helper. So I'll tell you what, this, it's the one thing that really got me with the oak field is you don't realize how big the fields are until you are on it. I mean, those fields are big. It doesn't seem like it off the top of the, when you first go at it, but they are big fields. And I know when I did my first field and I was plowing with a little Amazon, I said, holy buckets, this thing is big. Yeah, there's a nice straight line here. Nice field edge here. Okay, we're going to carry on here just for a little while. But yeah, nice. I'm happy to be here. I like this map. I really do. I think this is the Woodshire was supposed to be based in the U.S., but as far as big maps go, this is by far my favorite. I really like it. I'm looking forward to doing this map. Yeah, it's cool because it kind of reminds me of everyday farming in my neck of the woods to a certain extent. I mean, we don't have mountains, of course. If you were in my neck of the woods and you looked at the tractor, you could probably see 60 miles, 80 miles, 100 miles down the road. So certainly without the mountains, but yeah, I think it'll be good. Well, we'll check back with you in just a little bit. I couldn't believe it. I made a few phone calls and found a worker on a short notice. So I have a new and part-time employee. Her name is Aubrey. She is a student at Oregon State University in Corvallis, Oregon. She is studying agricultural science. I think going into with an agronomy major, but more into the plant pathology aspect of it. So that's kind of exciting. So she is out spreading fertilizer. Whoa, I gotta pay attention when I'm driving here. And I walked up, not too far away, and got the New Holland, the T9, I think the T9, the four-wheel drive with our, I was going to call it a super weeder because that's what it looks like to me, our super weeder, and we are going to start going on this thing. I'll tell you, I have spent many seasons in the spring in a well, it started off in a quad track, then it went to a case four-wheel drive with triples on it, and have used these things extensively. The ones that I'm used to, just, I don't know, you're probably not curious, but maybe you are. There would be a tire in the middle here because there would be a pivot. Because it's pivoted right in the middle. There'd be a tire here that you have to pull the pins out. So you'd have to get out and do that, and then there's a release. There'd be a release up in here, which would clamp down the thing. So you'd hop in, and then I know this thing doesn't do it, but then to unfold it, you would back up like this, and it would just automatically unfold, and then it stops, and then it would lock into place. There'd be like a latch up here at the valve that would lock in, and you would then, I would always close the valve just in case it came open, because if these arms, you know, you would never be able to drive, you can't drive this thing backwards, because if you drove this thing backwards, it would collapse on itself, and you'd have a absolute disaster. So yeah, so these are pretty cool, and they're wide. I mean, the one that, the R super weeder would be 70 feet wide. So I'd have to do the thing to see what meter this is and how equivalent it is to feet. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah, this tire here on this one is right here, where normally it'd be like right up in here. Then there would be two arms. There'd be one arm that goes from there kind of in that direction, and the other arm would go all the way from here all the way out towards the end. But yeah, very similar, very cool machine. I like it. So let's just drop her down. I gotta zoom out here. And doing this, it's a cultivator, so you would do the headlands first, and then go back and forth. And on the corners, because it's an S-tine cultivator, you don't even have to lift it up on the when you turn around, so it always stays down. But yeah, you know, it's kind of yeah, this has already been cultivated, so we're just wasting our time here doing it. But I was kind of excited. I haven't used this piece of equipment. I don't think I've ever have. Maybe on Goldcrest, but I can't. I don't think I've ever used this this piece of equipment. So well, we're just gonna try it out just for the heck of it. And of course, if you did spread urea, nitrogen, granular fertilizer, you would work it in. So you would spread that before you would work it anyways. So that's a cool picture. Too dark though, but neat nonetheless. Neat. See, this did say, it did say harvested, so I wonder, you know. Oops, I'm on the wrong field. Like, why aren't you? Yeah, so but it did say harvested. It didn't say cultivated on there. Well, now it does. Well, what the heck? Maybe because seasons resets it, so I'll have to pretend I'm doing it anyways. Okay, well, because it looks pretty cultivated to me. Okay, oh well, we're here. Well, now she hasn't. This thing is wider than 2 paths of the head. Whoops, can't back up. Because I did 2 rounds on the headland with the fertilizer spreader. So this 2 of these things is much wider. So you're not supposed to, can't back up. Oh well, I think we're just going to keep going here just maybe for another 50 minutes until we reach, well, 8 o'clock? No. I really should know my military time. Yeah, 8 o'clock. I was right. And then we'll probably start again in the morning. So we'll check up with you probably in the morning, and we'll see how we're getting along. Good morning. It's a little after 9, a little later than I was expecting, but we had a late night last night. We got that field all finished. Aubrey got it all spread, and let's just pretend that I got it all cultivated. Okay, don't tell anybody. But yeah, it's all good. We finished that up, and then we went bowling. Aubrey, she's not a bad bowler, but I tell you what, I don't know how you bowl in cowboy boots, but yeah, she can do it. So she is a go-getter. She is out there right now, spreading the next field, which is 36. I got to get used to the field numbers here. We did 24, now we're on 36, and 35 will be next. Here's my thinking. I'll go to this view here so I can zoom in. There we go. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's go to this page. It's not going to say cultivated, even though it was, and I wasn't about to go do it again. But if you look at fertilized, let's look at that page. It's all fertilized. All good to go. We are down here on 36 now. Here is Aubrey. She is going back and forth, just making short work of that. 35 here will be next. Being that we're doing a sugar beet, let's see. How would I say this? Let's do, it would be wheat, sugar beet, soybean rotation. So, meaning a 3-year rotation of wheat, sugar beet, and soybeans. So we'll plant each field, one with wheat, one with soybeans, and one with sugar beets. Sugar beets, the best field to do would be with the straightest lines, I would suppose. It doesn't really matter because the next year it will be planted with that anyways. So I'm maybe thinking sugar beets in 24. We'll do soybeans in 36 and wheat in 35. That's a good plan. We'll go with that. And then you never know. Maybe if we can make some money, we can add a field as we go. So let's see. Let's 9:15. Let's head down to the field. My tractor is sitting there. Whoa! Whoops. My bad. I backed into the mailbox, or the garbage can. Can I pick it up and put it back? That would be upside down. Okay, let's try this way here. Can I set it back up? I was never good at this kind of stuff, picking things up. Well, what is wrong with you, garbage can? Come on. And now you're just gonna... Nope. Alright, I'll tell you what, garbage can. The heck with you. I am done. Whoops, I can't even throw it. There, okay, whatever. I'm done with you. Garbage. You're garbage. No pun intended. Okay, did I spill the garbage out too? Look at that! I hit the garbage can and knocked all the papers out. Oh, for crying out loud, garbage can. You stink. Alright. I'll have to have somebody clean that up, because it ain't going to be me. Anyways, let's head to the field. We don't have very far to go. Thank heavens I won't hit anything else. Let's see. Right up here. There's my tractor. Boy, the windmill. Look at that. You can see the... I'm not quite sure what this is. Excuse me. I'm not quite sure what this is, but I am going to just park right here. Yep. Nice building, though. Almost looks like a bathroom kind of thing. Is it a park? Must be a park. Oh, yeah. A little park kind of nice down here. Oh, this is nice. Dandy. Got some boats down here. Look at this. Oh, that's... yeah. Forgot about the collisions around the water. Anyway, that's all good. Excuse me, I must have swallowed a bug again. Darn bugs. Yuck, probably a mosquito. Do they have mosquitoes in Oregon? We certainly have them in my neck of the woods. Alright, let's see. How are we going to get this going? Where's Aubrey? She must be down there on the other end. Normally I would do the headlands first and then just keep making my turn at the end, but being that she is just going back and forth, we'll just do that as well, just to get started. I can always add in. It's not a rule of thumb. Let's see. That looks good. Let her down. Alright, let's rock and roll. What a wonderful thing. I absolutely love this tractor. I really, really do. It is a beautiful tractor. There she goes. Good job, Aubrey. Yep. Got all the nice technology, all the monitors. I've got GPS, auto steer. Perfect. Yep, nice AC, heat. Oofta. Pretty fancy, I tell you. Pretty darn fancy. And you know, when you get in here, you don't think this field is this big, but my goodness, look at this thing. It goes on forever. And we are, 10 kilometers an hour, or 10 miles an hour. Yeah, that's not too shabby. That's pretty darn good. But we're not digging that deep into the ground, so it's okay. We're just kind of even things out. You know, you get rid of all the clumps. You just kind of turn it over a little bit. It's basically what you're doing. It's just turning it over, making a nice seed bed for the planter to come along and get it all planted. $640 horsepower, I believe, in this tractor. That is quite a bit. Quite a bit. And I make sure not to run into the grass there. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. Yep. Beautiful. I think right about here. Oh, a little overlap. A little overlap is okay. But we'll continue on here. I think. Well, let's see how it goes in the next 26 minutes. No, 16 minutes. But I can't tell time. I apologize. That is my local school ability to tell time and to do math is just not very good. No, not very good at all. But we'll check back here in just a little bit. I gotta tell you, excuse me again, still got that darn bug in my throat. This right here, at the edge of our field here, this is the sheep farm. And I gotta tell you, this is an absolute gorgeous building. I really love this building. You know, it's got this brick side with an old brick fireplace here. This kind of old wood side. I don't know, like the whitewash kind of wood siding. Awesome. I'm gonna jump the fence here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is a gorgeous building. It's like newer windows they put in, but you know, I wonder what it used to be with a chimney. I wonder if it used to be an old cabin, an old cottage. turn into a sheep barn, but yeah, this is awesome. Absolute awesome building. If I was a sheep, I mean, let's put it this way. If I was a sheep, this is where I'd want to live, hands down, period. Yep. And the sheep farm is nice. I like it. I like the red barn, the red house. I mean, everything looks good. I think it's called North Star Sheep Farm, if I'm not mistaken. The big sign out front there. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous farm. Awesome. Awesome. Yep, if I had sheep, that's kind of the building I would have. I'm going to get out of here. You never know if the guy's got a shotgun or something. I don't want to be one of those pesky trespassers. Come on, back in here to my tractor. Love my tractor. Absolutely love my tractor. We'll just swing around. We'll go back this way. Oh, she hasn't quite finished here. Probably have to kind of wait for Aubrey to get caught up here. Well, we can kind of go down this edge. We'll just leave a little spot there. That's okay. We'll have to come back and get the other little bit here. But we'll do this little edge. Let's see, what is it? Oh boy, it's a little brisk outside. Cool, isn't it? 30 degrees. Oh, it's gotta be warmer than that. I can't believe that. Look at this gorgeous day. I'm just wearing a sweatshirt. Oh, it's gotta be warmer than 30 degrees. Oh, I suppose 30 degrees in the morning here, because the soil temperature report says that it was 34 degrees. So yeah, there's Aubrey. She must she having trouble, or must just be on the phone? Probably just having a phone call. Yeah, we'll continue on here just for a little bit, and then I suppose that would be the end of the first day in Oregon Springs. Awesome day, awesome farm, awesome area. Looking so much forward to this. This will be fun. We are nearing the completion of this field. Things are progressing. The fertilizer spreader is here along with the T6. Aubrey, who is a fast learner, is finishing up this field. So I was thinking, let's run into the store before we finish up for today. Get some ideas and then let me know what you think. I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are all on this. I'll give you my thoughts, but that may not matter. Foot Rock Farm. Very nice. Yeah, this pickup is kind of worthless. I tell you, pulling that trailer, just garbage. I mean, whoa, like I say on the road. Absolutely garbage. Nice little place here on the right. We'll have to visit that here when we get a chance. We'll pull around back here. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, for sugar beets, no potatoes. No potatoes. Sugar beets, soybeans, and wheat. We could do it all with this puppy right here. This Great Plains cedar. We could do it all. I mean, this is a... Oops. 9, 18... That's a 24-row cedar. I mean, that's a nice big cedar. And we could do it all. We could do it all with that cedar right there. This big puppy. Certainly can't do sugar beets with that. So I think this is a good option. Let's look at the online store here on my app real quick. Go over to it. Wait, no, here it is. 142,000 it would cost us. Like I said, it can do our wheat, our soybeans, and our sugar beets, no problem. One planter. I mean, down the road, when acres increase, hectares increase, I want to go to this puppy. I really, really do. The Amazon is nice. I've never seen one in person. It is 224,000. I mean, it is another, well, 80,000. And really, just because it can fertilize. I mean, 15 meter wide. This is bigger, just can't fertilize. So I'm kind of thinking that. So 142, that would bring us down to 630. 630. The problem with that is, let's go back and look at it again. The problem with that one is we need 280 horsepower to pull it, and we have the horsepower. We have the horsepower in our T9 or four-wheel drive, but I don't want to get in the habit of having our four-wheel drive doing spring work but also planting. So what would they have that would be sufficient for 280 horsepower that would pull that thing decent? I mean, decent. I mean, we got a blue power up here, the T7, I believe. The T7 up there. I don't know, how many horsepower is that puppy? I suppose it won't say. T7. No. What is, well, let's go look online here at the blue power. All the way to the end. Because for some reason I can't remember. I don't think it's any big difference in horsepower. It's just the color, isn't it? 288. Well, you know, you can go all the way up to 313. So depending, I don't know what model this is and what engine size they have in that. So that would work, I suppose, with either one. It just wouldn't have any leftover stuff. Let's see, what do we have on the case side? We have this Magnum here. I mean, it goes back to the crawler, the Magnum 380. I mean, that would do it. The crawler track thing. Excuse me again. Darn bugs, I tell you, they're terrible. I don't know how enthusiastic I am with the crawler track thing. Now they have a 380 with narrow twins. Now that's kind of right up my alley. I really like that. I really like that a lot. So that might work. This is a 300, the Optum. But here's the problem with when you put in wide tires, and especially those, well, you almost have to have the duals on there. But your turning radius is very limited because your inside tires will rub on the frame here. Well, I guess it's something to think about. I don't know. We'll have to give it some thought as we progress into tomorrow. Keep in mind, we gotta watch. Oops, I better start the truck first. So the other big thing to keep in mind is we need money left over to invest in resources that's going to allow us to make money. So we can't spend all the money right away and have nothing left over. So we'll have to be frugal in that regard. But I'm going to head back to the field. I'm sure Aubrey is just finishing up, and then we'll probably have some dinner. We'll have some dinner, and then we'll get back at it again later. But I think we'll leave that there. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this first real episode here on Oregon Springs. I'm sorry for the bugs in my throat. I don't know what's going on. My apologies. But I think this is going to be an awesome map. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. Do some exciting things, some cool things. So I appreciate it greatly. If you found it, useful, entertaining, maybe you just thought it was a bunch of tomfoolery, doesn't matter. Give us a like. We would appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hey, do that too. That would be awesome. But from Oregon Springs, new, exciting Oregon Springs, Farmer Min telling you, have yourself a great day. and keep them between the ditches. So long.